Dear KZ, thank you for the opportunity to make this infographics video. I'll do this as quickly as possible. Please pay attention before you drag me through the mud on some other platform. Please just watch the whole thing. Let's start on the left side quickly. This is the company. Z with the shady glasses looking sketchy. They're not so sketchy as they're not the bad guy. They want to make profit. Like every company. Things that help with profit are welcome. Things that hurt profit are not welcome. That's easy to understand, right? We don't even need to get into it further. That's what they want. They want money. They don't want things that bother that. They love things that help that. That's the explanation of companies. You don't need to know anymore because there really is no more. Now let's jump to the other side. This would be the customer. It might be you watching this video right now. You want the best that you can get for the money that you're willing to spend. That's it. If you're spending $50, you want to get the best that you can get for $50. You want to get the best for classical music or jazz music. You want to not come back to this hobby until you want to, not because something broke and you have to. So you want to get good sound quality at the best price possible. That's it. Simple. That's end of story. So the company and the customer, the two main players in this, are the easiest to explain. There's not a lot of complexity going on. Now we get more complex. Let's talk about representative. I'm going to talk about the KZ rep, and I'm not going to even say anything in a bad way, except I hope he watches this part. The rep's job for many, many years in this hobby was different than it is now, because a rep reps the company and is paid by the company, and they would deal with the customer. And the customer, their job was to make the company's rules and image be understood. They want the image to look good and they want the rules to be made clear. You have to pay to ship it back, etc., etc. This guy's not happy. And the rep's job is to smooth things over, to be clear, and to not lose a customer. If this person is talking to a rep, there's a chance that there's an issue with the item. It took 8 weeks to get here. It broke 2 weeks after it got here. All this kind of stuff. So this guy's job is not easy. I can't do that job. I understand it. Some people can be very difficult. I'm one of those people. Everything other than sorry, a new one's on the way, and I'm getting angry. I want what I paid for, and I don't want to hear anything about your problems. Your problems are called your problems for a reason. They're not my problems. So you work on that. That's me as a customer. I'm that dude. So for several years, the rep had to deal with verbal abuse, insults, all kinds of stuff, and some of them did a great job, some of them didn't, and that's them. So it's a little harder for them. They want money, they want good quality, they're trying to keep their job pretty much. Now, in the past few years, YouTube, Twitter, other social media things have come along and developed this group that I'm a part of. These jaded, tobacco smoking, doubting-eyed influencers. This has made the rep's job much harder now, because in between the customer, if these guys right here don't like your company's item, you might not get a lot of customers, and that is infuriating to the company and maybe reps as well. And it's understood. Why? Because this guy right here, it might simply be down to they're not connected to you. You don't provide them with stuff. They always get stuff later than other people. And you make budget stuff, so what's the damage in saying it sounds budget? Because it literally is. So they can use you as a kick toy because you're not a premium brand for their target audience. You're not something that they hold in high regard, and you got to deal with that, and you know that's going to happen when they get that. This guy right here, he is all about making money and clicks, and if something is hot and it looks good, they're gonna jump on the bandwagon and promote it because they're in it for the money. Let's talk about influence for a second. Like companies, a lot of them are also in the hobby as a job, and so they make money from ads, they make money from affiliate links and other things like that. So there is a subtle background financial incentive for them to like or dislike other things, but you can't like everything, so what do you dislike? Is it strictly stuff that doesn't match your sound preference, or is it stuff that might not take off anyway, and it's an easy chance for you to say, hey, yeah, I'm not feeling this one. And the company's not going to feel bad about you, and you're not going to lose any chances, and you're not going to lose much on affiliate links anyway, because it looked like it was dying on the vine. There's other influencers that simply don't like the company, and you know that before they get it, they're not going to like it. It doesn't matter what the graph says. And let me explain to you, the rep, Ty, directly. I do collaborations now. I put my logo on stuff, and there are certain reviewers out there that I know how they're going to feel about my stuff. And it's not because of the tuning. It's because of how they feel about me. And it's not in my head. It's everybody on every platform knows that. It's the way it goes. This is a group of people that vary from wants to watch the world burn to wants to be the biggest in the hobby, wants to get things first, wants to make a lot of money, and then everything that's kind of in between that. So this guy right here has to deal with this absolute sea of uncertainty that is a wall between their company and the customer. And if one or two of these people is very influential and doesn't like your company's item, you're not going to get a lot of customers. So your stress level compared to 4 years ago has gone up tremendously. The thing is, you can't let that get in your head. You're going to have to let influencers do what they do and trust that the customer can sort it out. And if they can't, you got to let it go, because you can't win every battle. There's a saying out there, is this the hill you want to die on? You don't want to die on what influencers say. Me, what I said about the PLA, you don't want to die on that hill. It's a planner set for $65, and it does have its weak points. Do you think I was doing that to attack your company? Really? I don't think that far ahead. I didn't even know what kind of real drivers inside it. Like, I didn't know the Tangzoo's actual price. I don't think that deeply. I've got my own biases, like everybody, but I try not to let it infect the reviews. And I'm really good at that in the past almost 3 years. Prior to that, I can't really say. I got way too emotional. So, to the reps out there, don't attack influencers, because you'll never win that way, because it looks like you are internalizing the criticism and shooting back at the influencer, who might be somebody that doesn't even like your company, and that's the sum total of the reason that they're being critical. Not because the treble sounds horrible or the bass is slow or whatever stuff comes up. They simply don't like you, and they don't like your company. And that's why they say what they say. That's it. You got people that are 18 years old or 25 years old or 65 years old, and they're angry. They don't listen to a lot of music, and they take it out on companies, and they trash you in a Discord, and they trash you in Facebook, and they trash you every place that they possibly can. This customer over here eventually is going to start to key in on that stuff. They're going to notice it. But if you jump in there with your attacking the influencer, they're going to see that, and then they're going to see you and the company that you rep, and they're going to lump you together as being not ideal. I'm going to get away from that because it's drama. I don't want to be involved with that drama. And so you're going to hurt your company because they don't want to deal with the whole soap opera. So ignore these people, me, other reviewers, because their motives are from pure music lover wanting to help the customer to hate your guts, want to make you burn, and then everything that goes in between that. And that's the way the hobby runs, and that's the way it is, and you will never win to fight against that. Just accept it. Try to identify influencers that seem to have some kind of balance. I'm sure I'm not one of those in your book, but I'm okay with that. My opinions are mine. I accept that I don't get items from companies when I criticize them multiple times. I've been doing it for years. I'm never going to change. I'm cool with that. But there is no company X that is behind being critical of you. It's just the way I see the current tuning of your company. Other people that criticize you, I can't speak to. I think some of them listen to music and think your gear doesn't sound good, and I think others don't like you, like I said. And because of that range, you're never going to win. So just back out politely and deal directly with the customer as much as you possibly can, and don't interact with influencers so much, because it looks like you're trying to control the narrative, which is not good. Can you understand that? You looking like you're trying to manipulate the message is not a good thing and not a good look. So you should probably stop that. And that goes for every rep out there. Massaging and manipulating image is not what people want to see from you. They want you to be busy taking care of customers with issues. And when you're on other social media platforms constantly, what's happening to the people that have problems is what this guy sees. He doesn't care what he says or he says or he says or he says. I've been waiting for 4 weeks. Where's my thing? And why are you everywhere except in my DM helping me? It comes down to that. Companies want to make money. Customer wants to get value for their money. Reps want to have a job. Influencers, it's I'm going to leave the video at that. I'm done. I'm out.